the 23rd of December 2013, flood warnings were announced to the South East citizens of the UK. I'm now standing at the Live Barrier that was built in 1982 to prevent flooding like this. However, at 10 o'clock on Christmas Eve, the barriers were opened due to high levels of water. A phenomenal 90 millimetres of water fell between the 21st and 23rd of December. Also, between the 24th and 27th, 5.5 million cubic metres of water were held behind the Live Barrier despite it being opened on Christmas Eve.
So you work for the Environment Agency.
Yes.
So could you tell us exactly what role you was doing on Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, I was called out as part of a standby rota we operate at the agency to deal with the intense rainfall we had over the Christmas period. It involved me taking water level measurements for the control centre at the Live Barrier and then feeding back information in real-time events of what the water level was doing. And basically involved standing in fairly deep water in a pair of waders monitoring the water levels along the side of the flood wall, and then obviously relaying that information back so they could either release or control the amount of water coming through the barrier.
What time was you called out to work there?
I had been at work Christmas Eve from 7 in the morning. I got back indoors about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I was recalled out at 8 in the evening and was there till about 10 o'clock Christmas Day morning. So yeah, it was a very, very long shift in the end, with 4 hours break. So yeah, all good.
So did that actually affect your Christmas, like, majorly?
It did, yeah. I had, as I said, 16 days of holiday booked off, and over the Christmas New Year period I actually ended up having 2 whole days off. The rest of it was broken up into some days, some nights and evening shifts and bits and pieces like that. Just responding to incidents where we were needed, including sort of Tonbridge, Hildenborough, and over at Yalding as well.
And since you're also a scout leader as well, would you
Yep.
be able to tell us, like, how water depths actually cause problems for, like, the scout huts?
Yeah, well, the scout hut, obviously it was a really intense, deep water coming down, and the boathouse situated right next to the river. The water depth inside the scout hut was probably about 4 foot, so just a metre and a half of water in there, depositing a lot of silt down on the floor. Obviously upturning everything inside floated. Boat outboard engines, they went underwater and bits and pieces, and the main scout hut itself also had a lot of water damage due to getting in underneath the foundations and bits and pieces. Yeah, and there's an ongoing insurance claim going on to try and rectify the damage. Yeah.
So Casey, how was you affected by the floods on Christmas Day?
Quite badly actually. It all started Christmas Eve when I finished work. I finished an hour later because someone's house flooded and couldn't get in. And going back to my mum's in Pallet Wood took me about 45 minutes instead of 15. Now I was coming back Christmas Eve night so I could spend Christmas Day with Charlotte and little one. And I thought, because the roads were quite clear coming into Tonbridge, but as I got there, I mean, just the whole thing was underwater. There's a pile up of cars outside Sainsbury's. The whole car park at Sainsbury's was underwater. I've driven through the high street and the water's right at the top of the bridges and that, nearly pouring into the town. Just saw this great big puddle, and I thought, I'm not turning back now. I want to be with my family on Christmas. I thought, right, I started wading through it, and first of all, really cold. It was like standing barefoot on snow.
You first over a dustbin.
Yeah, carried on walking, and bang, fell into a dustbin, and I nearly fell over. I was like, oh god, quite scary actually. I carried on going, and it actually came past my knees. And being quite tall as well, if that was Charlotte, it'd be up to her chin. But yeah, I came out, and there's loads of people standing there chatting and that. And they just kind of said, oh, like, you're crazy for doing that, why'd you do it? And I said, I want to be with my family on Christmas.
How was you affected by the floods?
Well, having a newborn baby, we didn't have a lot of milk left, a lot of food, quite terrifying. You think you haven't got electricity to steam the water. If you run out, what's he supposed to have? You can't have tap water. We lost all our electricity, all our heating.
Walls are getting quite damp as well. from the
Our house has started to
rain.
fall down from it. It's got mould coming in. We were flooding. We couldn't get out of the road at all. No way in, no way out. People being evacuated, moving up the road into half demolished houses. It's quite terrifying. But on the good side, there are a lot of community spirit. You're talking to people you've never spoken to before because you're all going to the bottom of the road to see this big flood. And young people with the old people, people sing Christmas carols and wearing their Christmas hats and talking about how 1968,
Yeah.
the similarities to that.
Were there any warnings at all?
No, we weren't given any warning. Literally woke up one day, walked down the road and there was a big puddle. Well, like a lake.